We're out sailing on the Hanse 460. Wind today is about 7 to 10 knots, nice and bright and sunny, a bit fresh, but we're enjoying it. The helm positions are fabulous on this boat. So you've got this huge helm binnacle. I've got a 12-inch reimagined plotter here, got my engine control here. When you're sat out here outboard, you've got another reimagined display which you can set up to give you speed, depth and any other information that you'd like. The other thing that Hanse have got really well dialed in is that the winches that control everything for the main, the jib and the genoa are here within reach of the helm. On this particular boat, both of these are electric. I can operate them from buttons here, but I can also operate them from buttons up on the pedestal here. And the winches down on the port side at the opposite helm, I have control of those as well. So actually short-handed sailing, whether you're single-handed or sailing as a couple, having everything back here at the helm is hugely beneficial. So right now we're sailing along at about 30 degrees apparent with the full main and the self-tacking jib. One of the really nice features of the 460 is that you can order it with 2 forestays, a bit like a cutter rig where the inner forestay has the self-tacking jib, which is useful from about 13-14 knots of breeze upwards. The outer forestay has 140% genoa, which you can then run from anything up to about 15 knots of wind, and it makes a huge difference to light wind sailing. And because it's permanently rigged up there, you haven't got to carry a sail up there, hoist it, tie the sheets on and furl it. It's just there ready to operate straight away. The 460 gives you a couple of mainsail options. Here we've got the in-mast furling. You can have traditional slab reefing down into a lazy bag. In terms of sail material, the standard is a Dacron sail with a fully battened main and a cross-cut in terms of design. These are the performance pack sails, so these are the cruising laminates which, with the in-mast furling, you get full-length vertical battens giving you a really nice roach, and as you can see, a really nice sail set. Forward of the helm positions, you've got this really nice wide cockpit area, and the forward area of it's well protected from the spray hood, so if the weather's not great, you've got a nice place to go and sit and be protected. You have 2 cockpit tables. These are the standard ones, which are fixed with nice handrails. They also have teak leaves that open up to make larger tables. Either side you've got a cockpit locker, so you've got nice access to those from the cockpit as well. So a huge space protected from the helms to sit and enjoy from a social point of view. Okay, we're just going to head up front and have a look up there. It's a really nice, easy boat to move up because the side decks are wide and uncluttered. Up here we've got the 2 forestays, the inner one for the self-tacker, which we're using at the moment, the outer one for the big 140% genoa. You've got your electric windlass there. And then forward of this watertight bulkhead here, you've got this huge opening into a vast sail locker. We've got fenders in there at the moment, but because it's a big opening, you can get lots of really big items in and out of there. The main saloon space on the 460 is huge and light filled. You've got 4 big hatches up here, the usual 0 series opening deck windows as well. You can have those open in the rain. Big hull windows here, so when you're sat down you can see out. It is a huge space, really welcoming and really just a lovely place to spend time. Over here on the port side you've got the main saloon seating. In this particular boat, this table lowers down on an electric leg to turn into another bed. On the starboard side you've got the galley and chart table. And this is where it gets a little bit more complicated because there are loads of options. The galley as you see it, with cooker here, sink and a half, loads of drawers, top loader, front loader, fridge, and high level space. That is the standard galley space, which you can then twin with a dedicated chart table, which is what we've got here. You've got a lift up lid, a bit more storage space in there. A couple of cupboards here which house the 230 volt switch panel and the 12 volt switching. Neat little condiments drawer and a chart table drawer here. And then at the back of this space, in this layout, you have a dedicated utility space which has got a full-size washer dryer and another fridge or freezer, whichever you choose it to be. The other options here are to have the galley extend a little bit further to here, so you get about another foot of galley. If you do that, you lose the chance to have the chart table, but this space here extends out to meet it, and then you can have a third heads with a dedicated separate shower cubicle, or that can be a bunk room with 2 single bunks in it. The third option is to extend the galley all the way down to here, which means you can retain the utility room, or you can convert that into an ensuite for the third aft cabin with a dedicated door from there, so guests in that cabin can access straight into it. If you have the long galley, this section here extends all the way out, and you end up with a great big storage block of drawers here and a nice big workspace here. So even those who aren't having the chart table, you are still left with a really nice surface to do some chart work on as well. So we're going to go through into the forward cabin now, which again, like the saloon, is absolutely huge. This bed is gigantic. It's almost 2 meters wide, it's over 2 meters long. You've got a storage drawer underneath, you've got access up either side of it. Here on the starboard side you've got a huge wardrobe and cupboard bank. You can, if you want to, give up a little bit of that wardrobe and have an additional cushioned seat here, which is rather nice. High level lockers on both sides, and a really nice big ensuite heads for the owner's cabin with a dedicated separate shower cubicle. Loads of ventilation, 3 big hatches above the bed, another one here and another one above the heads as well. So tons of ventilation, a lovely space to spend time. The aft end of the 460 is the same regardless of what you do in the galley, regardless of what you do in the saloon. So you've got 2 great big aft cabins, and the 460 is a pretty beamy boat which carries the beam aft, and therefore these aft cabins are huge. We'll just pop into this one. So they're the same both sides. So you've got this great big bed sleeping up the other end, so you don't need to worry about the pillows falling off. You've got a wardrobe behind me, you've got a nice shelf here, and again, as Hanse do extremely well, you've got loads of ventilation as well. Just off the saloon, forward of the port aft cabin, is the day heads. The day heads you get regardless of the rest of the layout that you have. It's a nice big space. You've got a separated shower cubicle at the front, which has got a clear screen that closes, wash basin, loo as you'd expect. There is also access from this port aft cabin straight in there, so you can lock this door and just have day head access, or vice versa to make it a proper ensuite. There's a holding tank for every heads, and again, loads of ventilation. The engine on the 460 is under the stairs here. The standard is a 57. The upgrade which this boat has is the 80. It's nestled in there nicely. Again, this panel comes off to get access to the belts at the front. You've got 2 really good access panels on both sides, so you can get to the sail drive inlet and everything else that you need to get to. Really nice access and a really good installation in there.